Yeah, it is a good problem to have. I think we pretty much every player ticked their role last week and executed accordingly. So yeah, it's been a good week to have. Yeah, and we've had to make some tough calls, and there's going to be some disappointed guys after training today if all the players we expect to play get through.
Jesse Hogan, I suppose, to go through him. Is he ready to go?
Yeah, he's got to get through training today, but yeah, we expect him to be ready. Yeah, so we'll see how it falls for him.
I suppose Stephen Hill.
Yeah, Hilly will come back into the side. He's rehabbed his adductor, and he's been flying the last couple of training sessions, so yeah, he's keen to play. And James Aish is the other one that'll come back into the side. Yeah, he seems to be over his concussion, and he's operated at full steam ahead this week, so good to welcome him back.
What do those two bring to your side heading into game against Hill?
Well, a bit of experience, and they've been really strong executors of their role. It's been great to see Hilly back into some really good form, and disappointing to see him get injured again. But he just adds some real class to our back line, and Aish will return to the wing where he's probably played his best footy this year. So it's good to have a bit of seniority back.
What do you think of Hawthorn at the moment? What do you make of them? Been a bit up and down the last few weeks.
Yeah, I think they're good in their bed. It's probably been probably a little bit too far apart for their liking. But I thought last week they really got back to playing some really strong contested footy. I mean, there was a 60-point turnaround in that game off the back of them getting it done in the contest largely. So we were going to have to be on our game this week.
Andrew Brayshaw trained away from the group on Thursday. He was distracting on his left side. Is he going to be all right to go?
Yeah, he should be right. He's got to get through training to tick it off, but yeah, he's had a scan on his adductor, and there's nothing on the scan, so we just think it's a little bit general soreness really. He's had a large workload, but he should be right to get up.
Are you expecting to play Nat forward more now that you've got the reliability of some of the young guys in the midfield? Does that free him up to play forward and be a threat there?
Well, it's always been the plan to try and split his time a little bit between the forward line and the midfield, and it's got probably not a lot to do with who we've got in the midfield. It's probably more just to do with his ability in both areas of the ground. I mean, it was a long time ago, but as a junior and early in his career, he's a great forward coming through. So we want to try and tap into that a little bit. It really helps our forward line when he's down there because he draws a good defender and makes the defender really accountable, and plus he hits the scoreboard. So it's going to be a bit of an in-game balance with how much time we split mid and forward, but we're looking to develop his forward craft and split his time a little bit more.
Does the weather on Monday, it's going to be torrential rain and very wet, does that play into the selection? If you bring in Jesse and you play Nat forward, it's quite tall forward line, is that going to factor in?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll cross that bridge when it comes. But I think we've seen over especially Fyfe's career, is that his ability in the wet to win contests at ground level and in the air is first class. So having someone like that in your forward line in wet conditions, someone who can win contests, is really important. So like I said, it will be an in-game balance thing, but we'll look to play him forward on Monday night as well.
Was when he had to go out, Andy Brayshaw in particular, and step up and play more of a senior role in the midfield, and he did it really well. Is it kind of a bit of a blessing in disguise? Now you've got that flexibility because Andy's probably got that confidence now, and he can do it. Does that actually help the side in some ways?
It's going to help us for the long term, and like I've said about our injuries all year, it's created a lot of opportunities for our younger players to either take more responsibility or come into the side. So seen Toby Watson play his role the last couple of weeks. Michael Fredericks adds some excitement, speed, and doesn't look out of place at AFL level. So we're developing more depth for the future. So it's been a great opportunity for us. And some of these situations you've got to look at it as a positive, and I think as a club we've done that and been able to give Andy more time, been able to play Caleb Sarong in some roles in there, but also give him more minutes and give him some opportunities to play on the best opposition mid. So it's been a situation we've taken the positives out of.
Liam Henry, how close is he? I bet you can't wait to get him out there, but it's probably not this week, but is he close?
He's close. He's got some real AFL qualities. Been mindful not to rush him because he's come off a pretty low base with his injuries that he came to the club with, but he's had some real continuity the last month, and he'll get his opportunity soon.
And how's Sonny going?
He's running really well. He ran really well in rehab today. We're hoping he'll come up for next week.
When you look at the players who are going to come out, a fair guess would be maybe Fredericks and Toby Watson for those players coming in. What do you say to these young players who've had a couple of games now and they've got to go back and rework their way into the side?
Well, it's about taking the lessons from their AFL games. Some of them, all of them, should take real confidence that they can play AFL footy. And the great thing about all our young players that have come into the club is that they've got a real hunger and desire to get better and train with real purpose and improve on everything they're doing and done. So I expect that attitude to remain.
Probably after this next few games, you're probably going to have to head back to Queensland or somewhere. Are you ready for that? I mean, obviously it's a season that just keeps on rolling with the punches. Are you ready to do that again?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's our turn to put a hand up and go away again, and we're willing to do that. The way we approached it last time, we got a lot of benefits out of it. We saw it as an opportunity, and we'll do the same this time.